Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the FearFans podcast. I'm your host, Don Elmy, and with me, we have Jeremy York, head of Things Network. We have Joe. We have Dom from BB3 TV, and we have Jeff from the Tales from the Podcast.
How's it going?
Yep. Glad to have you all here. And so tonight we are covering a cult classic that I remember fondly from childhood, well, mainly from my teenage years. And it is the movie that gave us Chucky, Child's Play. And yeah, like this movie had a whole lot going for it back then. It still holds up well today.
Definitely does.
Absolutely.
So yeah, sorry, I was having technical issues from the Facebook. I was just monitoring it, but yeah. So Child's Play, of course, was made right here in Chicago, and I've actually visited. I actually have been to a few of the locations where they filmed it.
Wow.
Oh,
That
nice.
is cool. I saw your picture that you posted too.
Oh yes, here I'll put up that picture in a second. Hold on, first I got to edit the audience because Facebook is acting really weird here. Hang on, just give me one moment and I'll. Facebook just does not want to work today. Here,
It sure did become a cult classic over the years.
it sure did. Here, I got to pull up the picture. Hang on, let me just go to photos. Hang on, I got it right here. Okay, let me just max it out over here. Hey, Nikki.
Hey.
So here, hey. So let me just share screen. Oh no, it's not. Let me do that. Hang on. Oh wait, here. I got it.
Everybody's having problems tonight.
Yeah, but here, let me just here. Let me ask you guys. This right here look familiar?
From the movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That right there is where the building. It's where the toy store was at. Like right after the police shootout. Or right as the police shootout was going on between Chris Sarandon and Brad Dourif, or Detective Norris and Chucky, as they're going down the streets of Wabash and Van Buren. This location is actually 418 South Wabash, and it's like obviously a lot has changed. Like over the years, it has become that building has been used for several different things. First, it was changed into a bookstore because close by to there was the DePaul University, and after that, last thing it was before it was abandoned was this church branch, this ministry branch that was forming all over the city, but it got shut down a few months ago, and this building has not been used since, and I'm just disappointed in how vandalized it has become.
Well, out of all graffiti, they should have just did like a whole Chucky face on there and
Yeah, that would have been cool. Did a whole Chucky theme
You would think.
across the whole side of the wall.
No, look at this. They did it on the windows too.
And it's sad that people have to tag stuff like that.
Yeah, and
they might not even be educated in their own town as far as what the building is. You know?
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
also, this is located right by the L, and this is about 2 blocks away from Buckingham Fountain. Let's see, the Chicago Art Institute and Millennium Park. So this is close by to all kinds of big tourist attractions.
Wow.
Yep. So yeah, I'm disappointed in the state of it now. Oh, hey, Kate.
Hi.
Hey, welcome.
How is everyone?
Doing well.
Great.
So yeah, today, covering Child's Play.
Yes. Exciting stuff.
Oh yes, real excited. And so, yeah, this has one of the things I was most familiar with is the cast. It has Chris Sarandon, who is the voice of Jack Skellington in Nightmare Before Christmas. But a few years before this, in 1985, he worked with the director Tom Holland in Fright Night, where he played Jerry Dandridge, the vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, you said Tom Holland, the director, not the actor.
Yeah, not the actor. not the Spider-Man actor Tom Holland. No.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, there's a director who has the same name, Tom Holland, and this director has worked on horror films for the most part. He's done a couple of Stephen King adaptations. He did the miniseries for The Langoliers, and then after that, he did Thinner.
Love Thinner.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
Oh yes. And lots of people recognized Catherine Hicks, the mom from Seventh Heaven. Yeah, and what was her character's name? Annie from Seventh Heaven. I remember that show. My family loved that.
I gotta share with you a prized piece I have too. Look at that.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh,
Nice.
For tonight.
Nort.
That's what you see as you walk in and out of the studio. Right there.
I love it.
Indeed.
I love it.
Yeah,
And-
it's quite often people have that version. Usually they like the one that's in the later series where his face is all messed up.
Oh yeah, that's the Chucky that I was introduced to when I was 6. My family was watching a show on TV. I believe it was Full House, like a show that's something nice and wholesome. And then when it got to commercial break, I saw something that was not so nice and wholesome. It was the trailer for Bride of Chucky, and the very first thing I saw in there, being a 6-year-old, seeing that stitched up face, and then seeing that blonde doll that was with him, which I learned years later is named Tiffany, played by Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah.
And I asked my mom who, and it showed the title Bride of Chucky, and my mom, and I remember my mom just being like, "Oh, geez."
I think the original doll is way scarier because of what it becomes, rather than knowing that you're going to see his face. But yeah, I love the original.
Same here. Oh, same here. Yes. Let's see. Yeah, this is the copy that I own.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I just love how the whole concept of the doll turning human, the more that Chucky is inside the doll, because like how they depicted in this movie that they for some reason didn't really use later on in the series, such as his skin becoming less plastic and more human-like, and having a receding hairline, like near the end of the film before he got set on fire.
Yeah.
Voodoo, right? Voodoo did all that.
Oh yes. So
I have a quick question. Did you know about Chucky's eyes?
his eyes.
Yeah, like apparently Chucky's eyes were reused by special effects technician Kevin Yeager.
Kevin Yeager. Yes, that's right. He.
For building the Crypt Keeper puppet in Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
True.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Kevin Yeager. He's had his name on all sorts of creatures, all sorts of animatronics in these movies. And after working with Chucky, he actually ended up marrying Catherine Hicks, who played Karen in this movie. And I actually do have footage of their interview. I wanted to show you guys. Here, let's see. I believe, this is it. Here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut off everybody's audio so we can all hear it clearly. Hang on.
No worries.
Okay.
I had already heard the name Kevin Yeager, and I'd seen you with the puppeteers, and I thought, oh my God, he's so cute. So I had one scene left, and I saw him sort of go out the door, way at the end of the soundstage, and I thought, I wonder if he stayed to watch me. That's my first time I saw you.
And you were in love instantly?
Uh-huh.
You were. You don't remember meeting me the first time. I walked up, Miss Hicks, and I handed you the doll, and you were hot. In the middle of all of that, horror, death, blood, violence, 2 people found each other, and we're still together.
Wow.
Yep.
That was slightly awkward.
I know. I love that behind the scenes documentary. Yes, and also like when there were times where they mostly used an animatronic, but then there were times where there were more complex movements, like Chucky climbing on something or running. They actually had to use a stunt double, Ed Gale, I believe his name is. Yeah. Yep. So when did you guys first see Child's Play? Did some of you see it when it first was released in theaters? Did you see it on TV as a kid, like I did?
Kid for me, for sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I think much like I'd seen scenes of it and stuff like that, but hi Chris. I only really saw it properly when I was, this is ridiculous, but I was babysitting. I was about 17 and I watched it because it was on television and I'm like, I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Like, kind of
I was
creepy.
definitely like 7 or 8 when I saw it, or I was born 84.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was like one of those ones. I think my first scary movie I've ever saw. I watched Night of the Living Dead with my mom, the original black and white, and then the scariest movie I ever saw as a kid was Pet Sematary, and then Child's Play was there, and I ended up liking Child's Play a lot. And then because I had long hair and I was a short kid and I was in suspenders, I got called Chucky while I was a kid in elementary school. So all kind of worked out.
Oh, there you go. I mean, it's like even if there was no like aspect of serial killer soul possessing a doll, like even if that wasn't what was not involved, but in all honesty, does this look like the kind of thing you would want to give to your kids?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I would.
Nope.
That's good.
Don't do dolls.
And I remember when this movie came out, and my brother had a My Buddy doll, if anyone remembers what those are.
Yeah.
Which is very much in the same vein. And I was like, I'm not watching that movie. So I was creeped out by him having this doll. So I didn't see the movie, the original, this one, until probably my early teens. I was finally like, oh yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah, I watched the movies when I was like 12, when around the time when Seed of Chucky was being released, and they aired all the Child's Play movies on Sci-Fi Channel. So I watched those.
I saw it in theater. I convinced my girlfriend at the time. I was 21. I convinced my girlfriend at the time to go see it.
What was it like in the theater, Joe? Was everybody like gasping, vomiting?
Well,
and
you know, back then nobody had cell phones and stuff, so you know, you heard people, you know, they'd get scared and they'd scream, or you'd hear their reactions, and it was really fun being in the theaters back then because you get some people's reactions. You know, if the movie would keep the people quiet from chit chatting between themselves, you know. But you got a lot of reactions. People were like, when they came out of the theater, they're like, oh, we got to see that again, you know, or I can't wait for the second one to come out, you know, see what happens next, you know.
Yeah.
It got such a acclaimed reaction. And when it came out on video, now that would have been VHS back then.
Right.
I was managing the video stores, and we thought, and this was before Blockbuster came around my area, we thought we had enough copies of that movie, that we ordered enough copies, and that was like 50 copies, and we couldn't keep them on the shelf. They were getting rented out so fast.
Louisiana to Chris.
Oh, Chris, yeah, Louisiana. I heard like a lot of people of Haiti, like voodoo culture, like they practice it quite a bit in Louisiana. But
a whole subject I can get into in another day with you, but that's a fact. Yeah.
Yep. And I actually looked into the Chucky's chant that he does, like when he transfers his soul, or for the most part when he attempts to. There's that name Damballa, and I looked that up, and apparently Damballa actually is a deity in Haiti's voodoo culture.
Well, you gotta make it realistic. You gotta make it realistic.
Try it. Live.
Hey, you got the call. Take it out and do it.
Well, I don't want to take it out, but yeah.
Yeah, it's mint condition.
Well, see, do you have the
no.
amulet? Because if you don't have the amulet, it might not work.
Let's find
that's
the
right.
next show.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
I have to say, was this one of the first? I think it is the first film, right, to do with using a doll in that way.
Well,
I can't think of any before.
there have been a few examples that did inspire Child's Play. Like there was Magic, that film with Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, that one scared the hell out of me.
That one.
Yes, that one was
I
good.
remember when that first came out. I was just a kid when I watched that. It was like a rerun on TV.
Oh yeah, and even Anthony Hopkins himself was scared by it. He actually put it like in a corner when he was done acting with it.
No way.
Yes, yeah, he had to.
I threw mine. I had a ventriloquist dummy at the time. I threw mine away after that movie. I did.
Oh man!
I ripped it to shreds and threw it away because that movie is the only movie that freaked me out beside Videodrome.
Thanks.
And Puppet Master was what, 89? But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking that up right now.
Oh yeah, and another big inspiration for Child's Play was this classic episode of The Twilight Zone, The Living Doll, with Talkie Tina.
Yes, I forgot
Mhm.
about that. Yes.
Well, what
of
is it
course
that
it
she
was.
says? I want to play, or let's play, or something like that.
Let's play.
Yeah,
I just heard
Let's
of
I'm
play,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm Talkie Tina, and I love you very much. Yeah,
Want to play?
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
want to play?
Those guys are always the first to do anything. Seriously, so many
Yeah,
good
so much.
stories.
Yeah, so much has been inspired by Twilight Zone. It's insane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so obviously to everybody, everybody believes that the scariest thing about Child's Play is Chucky, the doll itself. But for me, the most disturbing thing about this movie is not Chucky. You want to know what it is? Here. Let me put it up. I'm not going to play anything. I'm just going to show an image right here. The most disturbing thing about this movie is this guy dressed up as a good guy doll in the commercial.
Oh yeah, that's nightmare fuel.
I forgot. Yeah, that was.
You know, that gives me Barney vibes.
Yep. It's like, you really think you're going to sell dolls to kids when you have like a mascot like that?
I mean, that is more creepy looking than the actual doll itself, isn't it?
Exactly.
I
And-
do have a deep question to ask with this.
Yes.
Why has Spirit Halloween sold this?
Yeah, that is a good question. Oh man, yeah, they should. They really should. Oh, and it's also worth noting that as we all know, the Walkabout Chucky here, the guy dressed up as the doll, he's actually voiced by John Franklin, who played Isaac in Children of the Corn.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So
He's the redhead guy?
right here he's. Oh no, that's Courtney Gaines. No, that's someone
Courtney
else.
Gaines.
I'm gonna meet him.
Outlander, we have your woman.
Oh no, that was Malachi.
Yeah, that was
I'm going to
Malachi.
meet him this weekend in
Isaac is the
Orlando.
other one.
Yeah, Isaac was the younger one. He was like the one that had the hat and everything.
Yeah, okay.
The leader of the Children of the Corn.
Cool.
Looked younger, but was, I believe, significantly older than the rest.
He had one of those conditions that made him look younger than he actually was. He was actually 25 when he started in Children of the Corn.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
didn't
so
know
he
that.
wasn't a kid.
Speaking of age, I saw a thing where the kid that was on the Karate Kid, where he was only in his 20s. He was the same age as this other guy that was working with him or spying with him in this movie, who was portrayed to be like 10 or 15 years older than him in the movie. And it turns out that Ralph is actually 4 months older than him.
Oh, let's see.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah, I like the show Cobra Kai. It's good. And speaking of shows, I've recently started watching the Chucky TV series that it had started in recent years, and
Thank God. Thank God you're talking about this. Thank God.
I got to get back into it. I've seen season 1, and so many things came up, and I'm like, I got to get back to it because I really want to see what's going on.
Yeah,
season 2 is it's crazy.
I got to watch season 2. I just started. So.
How deep can I really go with the subject? Because I've really pushed it on my personal Facebook. How deep can we go here with being respectful?
I know, right? Oh man, but the show, the show itself is great. I like how they brought back characters. Brad Dourif reprising Chucky, because seriously, nobody else can play Chucky but Brad Dourif.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like as much as I love Mark Hamill, he just doesn't have the same feel for it's not the same kind of tone, the same intimidating nature that Brad Dourif gave the character. I'm talking about the 2019.
Given it a completely different name other than Child's Play, then it would have worked out perfect for how it was.
Yeah.
It completely changed everything about that movie to the point you can't even recognize it as a Child's Play movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
It released it as something else. They should have just called it Buddy.
It felt to me like it was such a way for them to just kind of stick it to Mancini and go, well, we still own the Child's Play name. What are you going to do? And he's like, well, middle finger to you. I'll just call it Chucky and keep doing what everyone loves, not some half-assed version. And that's no offense to Mark Hamill.
Sure.
With me personally, when I hear him get a little sinister, I just hear the Joker.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's what I hear. Whereas Dourif, I hear someone who is increasingly more unhinged the further into these movies you get.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah,
something is messing with him up here, and it just shows in his performance, and it's
Oh yes,
brilliant.
me, I always loved the whole irony of the good guy doll, because the good guy dolls were like for part of like this franchise, like this big cartoon, and like that was in the movie, and kind of like how Care Bears was. Like it was a cartoon, and then it became popularized by toys. This is was basically a whole like the whole theme about it was child marketing gone wrong, and then the whole irony of good guy because it was where a toy that was made to be, bring children joy, but then a serial killer, then Charles Lee Ray possesses his soul possesses a good guy doll, and Charles Lee Ray is anything but good. I mean, Chucky, to me, he's just the kind of villain who knows he's bad and is just proud of it. He gets joy and thrills out of committing murder.
Oh, yeah, it's pure evil.
That was so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah,
that's what pure evil looks like. He don't care.
Exactly. And as far as Charles Lee Ray, I actually researched him, and the name Charles Lee Ray actually comes from 3 real serial killers. There was, actually, only one of them was a serial killer. The other 2 just killed just one person. Anyway, but yeah, Charles Lee Ray comes from the names of 3 different killers: Charles from Charles Manson, Lee from Lee Harvey Oswald, and let's see, Ray from James Earl Ray. So Charles Lee Ray.
Makes sense.
Oh yes. So, yeah, like it just feels crazy walking to those locations, because remember this was filmed and takes place in Chicago, and I've been to those locations, and it's very surreal just being there where it all went down. Like that department store that Karen worked at, the character Karen worked at in the movie is now a Target, and I've shopped there a few times. Yeah.
Do we know the budget for the film? What was the budget for it?
The budget, surprisingly, I never looked into that. Hang on, let me look at that right now.
Just wondered because like the location and all of the
$9 million
technology that went into it, I guess.
Yep.
80s technology.
Yep, it was $9 million.
That was pretty good for '88.
That
was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah, and it turned a profit. It made more than four times that.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah. And
I mean, when I saw it, I mean, it wasn't opening day like the first day it hit the theaters. It was like the first weekend that I was free to go, and the theaters were still pretty packed.
I imagine. Yes.
So in that time, it had already been out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this movie really did terrify people so much. The whole word of mouth, like people were just like, "Oh, you need to see this movie." That doll is terrifying.
And they made 3. Am I correct? 3 Chucky films and the TV series.
They made more than 3. I mean, there was the first 3 that were named Child's Play, but the ones after that, there was Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, and Cult of Chucky. So overall, 7 films plus the 2019 remake, and now the ongoing TV series.
Wow.
So,
are we done talking about the TV series, or is there an airstrike that's going to happen in a moment?
Oh no! I think the show is still going on.
Well, as far as how you feel about it.
How do you feel about it, Dom? Go on.
Well, I'm trying to learn the network and understand how my feelings.
Hey, Nick.
Do it.
What's up, guys? Hey,
Nick, what's up?
Hope you're feeling better, Nick.
And I want to be as respectful as I can, but I feel like there's a lot of forced subjects that are driven into the show. I think I like the characters of Chucky. I love Chucky, and I like that they bring in old characters and all this. But I feel like I feel an echo here too. I hear an echo. But I feel like there is some forced topics that are just on and on and on, and especially with the kid aspect of it, and the aspect of kids, guy on guy kissing, and then kissing Chucky and things like that. I'm okay with all of it, but I mean, I feel like everything is just forced, and it actually made me stop watching the show, because I appreciate how anyone feels about their sexuality, but like at the same time, like I love women and things like that, and but I feel like everything's forced. I didn't like the fact that kids were kissing. I didn't like the fact that they started kissing Chucky and I had to just stop watching. I feel like I lost the horror factor, and I feel like I was just listening to the public point of view of what they wanted me to watch, and that's my opinion.
I see. I mean, I mean, if there was one thing I was kind of feeling, wait, is there an echo
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
here?
And I'm dropping in and out all the time.
No, and I'm not saying that in a like homophobia way, because I support everything, but it's something I want to see every day.
There comes a time when something feels organic, and there's another time when something feels forced. And I think that Seed of Chucky is one of those that's in the fourth column.
Yeah. And I mean, if there was one thing that I kind of was uncomfortable with in the Chucky TV series, it was in episode 1 of season 2 where the character Lexi was in bed. It was Halloween, but she's like in a revealing outfit and she's about to like
and she's a kid.
And she's about to be intimate with a new boyfriend, and I'm like she's 14. What I'm like that just made me feel.
See, that's the thing that you hit it right on the head there, and that's where I'm like, the way TV is working is just not, they're forcing things down our throat. It's not okay. When you're 18 and up, that's okay, but you should not shove that in people's face where it's like these kids are, having sexual relations or being in revealed clothes, even though she's 21, knowing her age is 21, but the way her like, I think she was actually 18 and up, but in the show she's portraying 14 years old, right?
I don't think so. I thought she was. I thought she was younger, like 14 at the time. But
look it up in there. But I don't think it's okay that we're watching somebody who's 14 years old in clothes like that, and these two gay guys kissing who are underage. I mean, and then forcing it to the American public, like or the world public. I think that like it should be, people make decisions in their life, and and it's okay what decisions you make, but like when you take a character like Chucky and it's a serial killer with voodoo and shit like that, now you're adding all this extra bullshit to it. And that where does Chucky stand now? He got kissed by a kid and by another guy, and people are stopped watching. It's like you take the fun out of the horror and you're adding the public bullshit into it. Sorry, I'm cursing, but like that's how I feel about it. I'm like, you just kind of took the fun out of a horror character for me, because you're adding something that I didn't need to think about.
Right now, the current ages of these kids, the one that plays Jake, he is 17. This is current age.
There you go.
The one that plays Lexi is 16 now.
I knew it.
Yeah.
The other one, Devin, there's nothing for me to click on to find out.
You might be able to check on IMDb.
How is that okay? How is that okay to push on public TV when you have shows like, To Catch a Predator and all this is happening? You literally are telling America to watch this 14-year-old girl or 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, basically
scandally clad outfits. How is that okay? They should get a mark for this, like they should get the cops called on them. You should keep it in the boundaries that the laws are. And I agree with that. You should never look at a kid this way,
Right. I mean, I agree. Like I shouldn't I felt uncomfortable watching, like I said, I felt uncomfortable seeing that with Lexi, like 14-year-old girl, in that, and also doing drugs. So I'm just like, oh Jesus. Oh, hey, Billy. Good to see you. Hey, no worries, Billy. You're good.
Hi, Billy. Yeah, that's way too young. I had no idea.
Okay, here we go. The kid that plays Devin is 18 years old.
Yeah, Lexi is a character in the TV show Chucky. Lexi, she's a character in that show. But we're talking about how Child's Play spawned 6 sequels, a remake, and a TV series that are really good to watch. By the way, it's a good show, but there are parts that I was uncomfortable knowing that there's like adult situations or adult scenarios involving kids, like 14-year-old kids, like drugs and getting intimate and whatnot. So
I think part of that, and I'm not trying to condone anything that may be exploitative to children. I think a part of that is Don Mancini pushing back against the system, not so much saying we should push this, but it's like you're uncomfortable with everyday life. It's kind of like why Seed of Chucky I think was so camp. He's like, I as a gay man love camp. You're just gonna see it. That's what I'm gonna do. And if you love it, you love it. If you don't, well, here's the middle finger. I think Mancini is pushing those boundaries again and is like, you might be uncomfortable, but this is what's happening behind closed doors or what's happening in your own home.
yeah,
Maybe you're just not seeing it. And then it's all tied into Chucky.
right.
But it all fits because you think about Bride and then you think about Seed of Chucky with Glenn and Glenda.
Yeah.
So those themes are already there and they're just carrying it into the series.
Well,
Which happens
yeah.
to play out with there's gay characters that like the kid in the bed, maybe I was like, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
They're young. At the same time, I think it's Mancini going, I'm gonna push the envelope and see. I have full control of what I want to do here. I'm not saying it should do it every episode, but he's like, I'm gonna make you a little uncomfortable at times and kind of go, this is what's going on. That's the way I see it. But that's my personal opinion.
But he
I
just
agree with that because it does touch on a lot of what our children are going through today.
Yep.
Is presenting it in a horror themed fashion.
Right.
I can
And
see.
so I wanted to bring up what Billy was saying. The actor who plays Andy, yes, Alex Vincent, he is still acting, and he's in the the Chucky series. And I gotta say, I liked his performance in the Child's Play movies. Like in the first one, like where he's 6-year-old kid, yeah, purely innocent, and like
He's so
everybody just loves. A lot of people who watch the movie just really loves that wholesome scene where he's preparing breakfast for Karen, for Catherine Hicks, and is like preparing it the way a typical little kid probably would.
I think that's a great point. I think, yeah, you hit it right on the head there.
Yep.
Be
And
intimate with the dog. Yeah.
Burnt toast and all.
wait, what?
I said burnt toast and all.
Oh yeah. Yeah, burnt toast and like pouring way too much cereal and pouring way too much milk. And also here's something I've never seen, like taking scoops of sugar and pouring it into the bowl of cereal. Like did people really do that back in the 80s?
Yep. Yes, they did.
So basically Andy's mom
Even if it was already sugar cereal. I mean, if you notice, that was like a Fruit Loops or something, and he put sugar on it already. So you
Right.
didn't have to do that back then.
Yeah, so
Because it was loaded with it.
yeah, basically Andy was giving his mom the diabetes special. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, he was like was trying to bring it to her, kept spilling the orange juice and the milk. Thought that was everybody saw that, thought that was cute. But yeah, this kid, he was a great child actor, and during an interview he said that he wasn't really scared of Chucky because right when the camera cuts off, Chucky stops trying to kill you. So where'd Nick go?
He went into the
I think
Nick Files.
You
I
got
think he needs
swallowed
to
up
spoil
by his background.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, at such a young age, Alex Vincent was just so good.
He was.
Like immediately you are sympathetic to Andy. You're right
yeah.
there. You don't want to see anything happen to this kid.
Right.
And
Exactly.
when he's afraid, it is just kind of catatonic standing there until somebody kind of snaps him out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. A lot of child actors couldn't pull that off, but at 6 for him to do that.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask a question here too. Once Chucky went in the fireplace and there's more movies and then Tiffany's involved,
Yeah.
was Chucky less scary and more fun to watch?
He kind of got more fun to watch like as the series went on. Like he had a more comical touch to him as the series went on. Like it's like sure he was serious a lot at times. Like I feel like in the first two Child's Plays is where he was the most serious, but then he got slightly more comical and campy as it went on. But I believe that was Don Mancini's intention. I mean, he wasn't trying to make him into like a Freddy Krueger or something. He wanted to make Chucky like its own thing as far as going around doing all those killings.
I do have a second question, and it'll be the last one I ask tonight. In a Mortal Kombat zone, who's going to win, Chucky or Sam?
Sam? Oh, I gotcha.
Sam.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, Sam, which was like the mascot for Trick or Treat. I remember that movie. But there have been people who've asked me that. I want to say Chucky, maybe, but I can say for sure. One thing I can say for sure: if he was in a fight between Megan would win.
Oh, Megan, it's a good one. I'd go with Sam. I gotta go with Sam. He's gonna cut you with that candy.
Oh yeah, probably. But yeah, Megan would totally destroy Chucky. Seriously, like she's a robot, and Chucky's like all flesh and blood.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Chucky's got the pretty high number count after being in Ready Player One there.
Oh yes, I showed you that movie, Nick. Yes, yeah. Me and Nick watched that movie this past weekend. Yeah, Ready Player One, and there was that bit where there was Chucky.
Seen that one yet?
It's good. It's really, really good.
It's an awesome movie, especially if you're an old school gamer.
I think to answer Billy's question, yeah, Twilight Zone and Cabbage Patch Kids definitely did play some inspiration. The whole outrage during the 80s of Cabbage Patch Kids that people went nuts for.
Yep. And here, I think I could show just a little bit of Ready Player One just to give you guys an idea. It's where
Batman was in it too, right?
Yes, everybody was in it. It was like a big love letter to people who love pop culture, all that fandom. And so they're pulling out weapons to try to use against
Every time I watch it, I find a new Easter egg.
Didn't she say it's fucking Chucky?
Here, it's this.
It's fucking Chucky.
Best line ever.
Yes.
Yep, you got to add that Chucky's kill count now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, imagine all the players he's killing off screen. Like when everything else is going on, Chucky's still going around slashing all those enemy players.
God, that was a great movie.
Yeah,
Great.
I love it. It's great. Especially love what they did as part of The Shining.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that was great too.
Hey, Nick, something wrong with your mic?
No, I'm just having it muted to see where the echo might be coming from.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
It's me?
It's Dom. Oh man.
How am I getting an echo?
I don't know if is it Joe? I'm not sure.
I shouldn't have an echo at all. I'm like all in the chambers of like the StreamYard.
I was muting people left and right to try to find it, and it seems like it's silent when I muted you.
I see.
I don't see how. Yeah, I just don't understand how it could be there.
At first, I thought it was Nikki because she's the only one that's on a phone, but she's been muted almost this entire time, and we're still getting the echo.
Real quick.
You have anything on? Nothing's on other than your show. Now I heard that.
Do you have a window open that's playing it?
No.
No, man.
I just saw the chat. Nikki's got to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna go because it's driving me insane, and I think I'm kind of.
You guys still have it now?
Yeah, I'm gonna head off because it keeps dropping in and out, and the internet's really bad.
That's a shame.
But I'll be watching.
Okay. See you, Nick.
Okay.
Take care. See you guys. Love you. Bye.
If you still hear it right now, let me know. There might be the factor of the storm that's coming.
Maybe.
Can
I
you
think it's
still
gone.
hear it right now.
I don't-
1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2.
Huh.
Can't hear it no more, right?
No. Maybe it was Nikki.
Are you on your phone, Kate? Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, if you do certain gestures on iPhone, like if you do the heart thing, you'll see there's different reactions.
Okay, I have
just
to
noticed
try
that.
this now.
Yes, I just noticed that. Yeah.
You guys don't have it no more, right?
Right.
No.
I'm locked right into my studio settings.
Try it this way and see if that.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I get no hearts anywhere.
How did you do that?
She's running on an iPhone, so iPhone picks up
Magic.
StreamYard as if it's a FaceTime.
Oh
My God, that's
So
just
Jeremy, it's not me,
I've
right?
never seen that before.
I found that out after I got an update on mine before I upgraded my computer when I was doing Tails, and I kept bugging JB with it the entire show.
This is awesome. I had no idea it could do this.
Nice.
You surprised me, Kate. You really did.
Go on Saturdays every week.
Billy's asking about
Wait a
Roadhouse.
second, but
Oh,
it won't work that way. No.
yeah, they're working on a sequel to that. Oh, jeez. Okay, well,
Is there an echo or no? Is it me? Because if it's me, I'm gonna leave because there's a big storm outside, tornadoes.
I don't think there's an echo anymore.
I don't hear it anymore.
No.
Well, I need an apology from Jeremy. Just kidding.
Oh man.
I was doing my investigation.
I get it, brother.
I mean, he was just trying to figure out how the echo was, where the echo was coming from. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that he's trying to point
Yeah,
fingers.
Thursday night, we're gonna get it bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no! That's right.
Billy's asking about my head in concert.
She did say she was going to use her laptop, so maybe not.
Yep. Oh, and,
Fingers crossed. That's for sure.
yeah. And so, yeah, like we as we see in the movie, Chucky had transferred his soul into a Chucky doll after he had been shot by Detective Norris, played by Chris Sarandon, and then that doll ended up in the hands of a peddler who just came across it. Taking something from I'm guessing is a police investigation. I'm pretty sure that's a crime, and yeah, so he ended up selling the doll to Karen, and then it ended up in the Barclay house, and all hell breaks loose.
I'm
Because
still
Andy
being falsely
really wanted that doll.
Oh yeah, he did.
He
It was
was-
like
If I could
know,
say
Joe.
just one thing, by the way, and this is actually kind of a cool trivia, Don, you probably don't even know this yourself, but and I remember this several years ago. I know it sounds separate, but I'm going to get right to it. I remember many years ago, Svengoolie showed Child's Play, and he actually said in a trivia fact that he actually had roommate, like friends of his, that actually lived in one of the buildings where, well, not actually in the building like where Child's Play was shot, but across the street in the opening scene with the store blowing up to the ground. And what he said was his friends who were roommates who lived across the street were actually able to witness that whole thing from their bedroom windows.
I looked that up. Yes.
Yeah, they actually you can kind of say they got kind of a free showing of a shooting of a movie that was going on at that time. They just saw it just across the street, and the film crew didn't even know it.
Oh man, that's crazy. But
It really is.
Oh yeah, and I just showed a picture of that building, Nick, because I was just there yesterday.
I saw it.
I was just there. I took a picture. That picture was what I showed you guys.
What is it now?
It's now an abandoned building. After the movie, it was being used as a bookstore for college kids because there was DePaul University is in that neighborhood, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that's where DePaul University is.
Yes, but let's see. Then after that, it was being used as a church. Like there was this ministry that was growing in the Chicago area, but that got shut down a few months ago, and nobody's been using that building since.
You would have thought a location like that would have been notorious for that, and that it would have still been used to this day. It's amazing to think that it's abandoned in this day and age,
and heavily graffitied, which I'm not happy about.
Yeah, that really. I can't believe I'm even about to ask this question, but it just seems so disrespectful. But is the graffiti at least something involving Child's Play, or is it just?
You weren't in the beginning.
Yeah,
that just really sucks.
It does.
So let's ask about that echo real quick. I have a high-powered mic. Are you hearing your voices here? And I need to pull this back way down.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Oh, hey, Superman. Good to see you.
Just lost. Just
Jeremy's gone.
Oh, wait. Jeremy said he was going to be back. He said in the private chat.
I got you. No worries.
And if it's me, I'm just going to leave because I don't want to mess up your show.
Oh yeah, maybe
I said the F word, but
yeah, maybe you should reposition your mic. Maybe it's just too close to like a speaker or something. I don't know.
Maybe, but I'm going to go through mixers and stuff. But
I know it's not coming through my mic because I'm just using the laptop with the mic integrated in it.
Oh, here. Billy's asking if we're going to have Dom and Jeff over for our next week's episode, which we're responding to. It's basically we're doing next week's episode is a request by Billy. We're covering Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I watched it as a kid. So
I have not seen it.
Is that a live action?
I mean, hey, when it comes to Scooby Doo, I'll take anything over that god awful HBO series Velma. I will never watch that second season. I hate it so
Bro,
much.
I'm with you. Yes, bro. I love Scooby Doo, man. But like, I'll never see Velma. They don't even exist. It's just like the females Ghostbuster movies does not exist.
Yep.
I said it.
Yeah.
Chris.
So yeah, Velma. Yeah, I'm not watching. Forget it. And let's see.
You wouldn't even pay me to watch it.
No way. And also, some of the toys that came with, like the accessories that they bought with Good Guys, was for the Good Guy doll. I thought the accessories that Andy had were pretty questionable. You know, he had like the builder's like construction set, and which Chucky ended up which Chucky ended up using later on. I can hear that echo.
Yeah, it's happening again.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
It's all right. But yeah, so yeah, in that construction set there was a hammer that Chucky used later on to kill Maggie. Like hit her, and then she falls out the window. And I'm just wondering if that was a real hammer, because what kind of a toy company gives actual hammers to kids? Really, who does that?
It was the 80s. They also had lawn darts, so I mean,
yeah,
we grew up with the most dangerous toys.
Yeah, but they did have some of those play toy kits in the 80s that actually had a real hammer, real saw. They actually had real tools in them.
Oh man, yeah, like
Don, are you gonna get into the newer Chucky where it was AI through a phone? Or do I get everybody's hate because I say I actually like that one too?
I mean, for me, just the new Child's Play was just okay for what it was, but it's just still not as great as the Chucky that I know and love, played by Brad Dourif.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, it's like it explores like the like new concept of when you think about it, it's like Chucky becomes more like Megan, even before Megan was even a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Megan will beat him up. That's true.
Megan would totally kill him.
I could see. Thank you, Billy.
Yep.
I like Megan more than Chucky.
I gotta be honest. I've never seen Megan, but I know what it is. I would watch.
You won't be disappointed when you see it.
Good. I'll watch.
Oh no!
I'm highly interested in seeing the new Garfield. Just saying.
And Kate said yes.
What did you think of the casting of Audrey? Yeah, I liked it actually. I thought the whole thing was great. Even I think there was a teddy bear Chucky in the end. I love it. Yeah.
Yep. And let's see. But yeah, Brad Dourif, he was like he really is Chucky to me. I mean, he's not just a great actor in the Child's Play movies, but also in other. Echo again.
That was I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
My mic is pretty much in the next room.
Okay. Oh, never mind. So yeah, like Brad Dourif, he was great not only in Child's Play but also in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest playing Billy, which he got nominated for an Oscar for. And
he was also in a Tales from the Crypt episode I remember with Bill Paxton, which that was kind of an awesome duo. And even at one point, you even hear Brad making his classic Chucky laugh in the background.
He is. That's true. Yes, he was in Lord of the Rings. He played Wormtongue. He was in the Two Towers and also Return of the King, on the extended version, which I have.
Hey, Chris, what page are you on watching us? Lauren,
I was
Nikki,
gonna say we're not on things right either.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
I was gonna share it and.
What is happening?
I don't know. Looks like it's something involved.
Maybe they don't like Chucky.
On Facebook, those of you that are watching on Facebook, what page are you on watching this? Are you on Don's page? Are you on Nick's? Are you somehow watching on the network page, which would be impossible right now?
It's not on. It's not on things. I usually share from things, and it's not on there. So.
Yeah, we've been having issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
What page, Chris?
Nikki said she's watching.
Facebook. What page?
Nikki's watching from Don's page.
Yeah, she's on my page watching us. Yeah,
Lauren is too.
They're all on my page.
It's either on your page, Don, or it's from your YouTube page.
Yeah, that's where just about everybody's coming from. So
now,
yes.
Now he's saying it showed up on his page.
So I can bring the lightsaber back up.
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
That's
But
a mic.
I just wanted to say
I
one
believe
thing.
what I wanted to believe in. Okay.
I just wanted to say how cool it is to have Jeff here, because I remember, Jeff, you were on the podcast. Well, Nick and Don were guests on your podcast, right?
Right. Yep.
I really, really enjoyed that one. I've been following you guys. Really, really good talks that you have. So yeah, thank you for joining this one, because it's so interesting that you're like coming over to FearFans and talking about it. So cool.
And I
had a blast when I was here last time talking paranormal activity. So
well, and you see, it was actually, and I'm not trying to have the credit here, but I was actually the one who kind of put this whole plan together when we discovered Tales from the Podcast. I mean, I've been following them for a little while, but because they do it Saturday nights, it's hard for me, to watch it, obviously. But when I've had the opportunities, I have tuned into their show, and I obviously noticed. I know I probably said this before. I noted a very big similarity between our show and theirs. We obviously have a lot of the same interests, talk a lot about the same subjects, and so that's when I had this really cool idea of basically we joined up together and we appeared on their show first, and then right after that, of course, boom, we got Jeff. Obviously, we would have got JB involved too, but problem is he works on Tuesday nights, so it's kind of really cool that we have this kind of partnership between the two podcasts because they're equally similar.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Did you just want to
That's the killer clown guy.
Yeah.
Oh, and
did Jeff just want to do like a shout out to his podcast really quickly so people can follow?
Tales from the Podcast. You can go to talesfromthepodcast.com. Find us there. We go live every Saturday around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, sometimes a little earlier. So, if you subscribe, you'll get those notifications. And also you can find my other show in there. I do Skewered Universe Podcast, which is a horror podcast that I do with my wife. So that's also a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
Quick, easy.
So I wanted to talk about favorite scenes of Child's Play. Like one of my favorite scenes, which I'm going to show you, like guys, right here, is where the big reveal where it's like Chucky's doing all these killings and Andy's being blamed for it, but Karen, like when she gets home, like and is about to throw away the box that Chucky came in, makes a shocking discovery that Chucky has been like be able to move and talk as these dolls typically do, but this one has been able to do so without batteries. Because she was throwing away the box and an unopened package of batteries fell out, and she goes to Chucky, picks him up, and finds this.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
I would say thanks, Mom, for not believing in your kid.
Yeah, really.
You're a real winner.
What's so real about that is we've all been little and we've all told our parents there's something weird, and it's all like it's in your head. Things like this where they're like accusing him. It's like he's crazy and he's doing shit. Excuse me, stuff.
It's basically like your imaginary friend, just like this little guy is.
I actually want to watch that. Is it good?
I haven't seen it yet. I just got it today.
What about Late Night with the Devil? Have you watched that? That's on my list as soon as I get off here.
I gotta see it. I gotta see that.
I still gotta check that one out.
I haven't seen
Probably
it.
do a podcast later, but I'm gonna watch Late Night with the Devil tonight. Have to.
I have to say, like, when you have a noisy toy like that, that's every parent's worst nightmare, that it doesn't actually have the batteries in it. And it's like, no,
That's
we'll
why
have it forever.
That's why you get your toy kid. That's why you get your kids toys that don't need batteries, that don't talk, that don't do much of anything. Like my sister Kristen, my older sister Kristen, she had when we were kids, she had an American Girl doll, and then which I now believe she passed on to her daughter Maeve, my niece. So yeah, Maeve has an American Girl doll. That's not. Yeah, we don't have to worry about it because it's not electronic, doesn't use batteries. It's not going to come to life and do anything.
Yeah. So. I used to have Furbies. Do you remember those?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man. Never again.
I remember those back in the day.
Yeah. My sisters collected those too.
We had one.
That's right.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
my
lie.
friends growing up had Teddy Ruxpin. I had something that was called Casey the Robot. So
Oh.
when the batteries would
Robot.
start to die,
This one's a
and you would play
Furby.
a tape.
Oh, there you go.
Casey,
Oh my
I was
God.
so scared of my entire life. Never had a Furby. Have a Gizmo. Don't have a lot of toys and batteries. Different show. But yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
I get it.
This one's a Furby too.
Oh, Yoda.
Where's your Chucky?
Nice.
Of course,
Who has
of
Chucky?
course he was.
Yeah.
But what?
And I guess like one of the morals of one way to look at child's play is toys are dangerous. Get your kids video games instead, because when I was 6 years old, the age that because when I was 6 years old, the way Andy was, I had a PlayStation 1 and it never killed anybody that I know of.
Good siphon filter.
Yeah. What I do like about that scene you showed is not just her reaction, but the roll under the couch of the doll. Like he's strategically getting out of the way. Like, all right, now the
Yep.
game's on. He's
Yeah,
like,
the
you
game's
discovered
on,
my
like-
secret. Now we're gonna play, so to speak.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
think that the stupidity of this movie made it really work? Like, there's a doll that's going to kill you, and their acting really took into play, and how we're going to make this work. You know, like this movie technically made you be scared of dolls.
Well,
Right?
and if you think about it too, I mean, Don, I don't know if you already said this earlier in the show, but I'll throw it in anyway.
Right.
Was that what's interesting about Child's Play? Not only just to give that fear almost, but more importantly, it was also at that time one of the first horror movies to combine both the slasher genre and supernatural genre together. So it was also a new way of kind of creating a new vision of horror if you look at it very carefully.
That's a great way to put it, with like a hockey mask, a William Shatner mask, a toy, and then everything. Like the acting in these movies actually pushed it forward to make it scary, right?
It did.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I'll be right back.
Just because we were. Oh, sorry, Jeremy. Go.
What I was going to say is that when we were talking about batteries not being in these toys and they're still alive, believe it or not, Child's Play was not the first choice for the title of this film. And neither was it the second choice for the title. It was actually the third.
Right.
The first title for this thing was Batteries Not Included, which Mancini didn't realize was actually being filmed at the time that he was developing this.
I was just going to say there was already a movie called that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So then he changed it to Blood Buddy, which probably led to the I'm Your Buddy thing in the reboot. And then finally they landed on Child's Play.
Oh yes, that's right.
I
And
think that
the whole
if they
thing
did
with-
Blood Buddy, it would probably be treated as a B movie instead of the movie that it is.
Well, it was going to be so different named Blood Buddy because it was going to be like actual sharing of blood with the doll and all this kind of thing. It was way crazier than what came out, and I'm like, maybe it's for the best we didn't get that.
Yeah.
Although now if somebody were to make that, I'm like, I'd probably watch it because it would probably be like on Shudder or Screenbox directly there, and I'd
Well,
probably watch it and have fun.
How about all of us put our money together and make that movie?
Oh, here.
Yeah.
I remember, I've seen Leon's. I wanted to respond to Leon's comment here, saying, "I love when Karen threatens Chucky with the fireplace." So yeah, this is where Karen discovers that something is like horribly wrong with Chucky. He's working without batteries, and decides to see what is true. She decides to see what is the true nature of the doll is, and she does. As she does this, she wasn't expecting this.
I said, talk to me, damn it, or else I'm going to throw you in the fire. You stupid bitch, you filthy slut!
Yeah. So.
Wow, that sounds like the Golf It game.
That was such a funny scene.
I mean, Don, I've been trying to get Don to play golf with us, and Don, you don't know what you're missing.
I know I want to, but I keep getting me at times where I need to get up early the next morning. So.
We'll get him. We'll get him into
I
it
checked
eventually.
in on them last night. They were on for at least 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
Something like that. It was after midnight my time when we quit.
Birdie.
So that makes it a long 4 hours then.
Yeah,
I have to say,
Well, we'll make it happen.
I have to say, because we were talking about when kids growing up and toys that scared us, blah, blah, blah. When I watched The Mask, I would never, ever put on a mask after that, not even for Halloween. Did it scare anybody else?
Or the Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey.
The Mask, Jim Carrey, the original.
Nope. I thought that was the funniest movie I'd ever seen Jim Carrey do at that time.
But it was terrifying. It
a
really
horrible-
scared
I thought it was
me.
funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was funny too.
It's classified as a comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I read recently that Jim Carrey was the first actor to been in like three number one hit movies in just a year, and the three in that year were The Mask, Ace Ventura, and Dumb and Dumber.
Wow.
I care for Ace Ventura. But
So just me. I was the only scared one.
I was kind of hoping I'd find masks that would do that.
yeah, me too.
Oh man.
Okay.
You know what? Me too, actually.
But I get why it would be terrifying, especially because you don't know what's going to happen. You're like, what am I going to turn into?
It's not going to get off my face.
Like,
Like it's going to stay on my face forever.
Yeah. I mean, I read in recent years that parents are actually scared of paranoid about children when trying out different masks at toy stores because of they said like it's a way people are spreading lice now because you put on a person who's infected with lice in their head puts on a mask, the lice get out into the mask, and then they infect the next person who wears it.
Oh hell no!
I'm not going to plug here, but you guys ever find magazines like this?
Oh, that looks familiar.
What is it?
So I've been trying to find a lot more. So this is one of my favorite movies, Halloween Season of the Witch. I absolutely love the movie, but
Season of the
inside,
Witch.
it goes right through it, and I can't find the magazine anymore.
You know what's funny? All this talk about
Season of the Witch should have been a standalone.
Yeah,
meant to be.
Yeah, I think it was.
All this talk about masks too. It's kind of funny you brought that up, Don, because obviously, well, as most of you guys know, I've actually worked at Spirit Halloween, but surprisingly,
I was gonna ask if you worked at the Silver Shamrock the way you were bringing it up.
So I wish.
No,
we're good. Spirit Halloween, though. I mean, I didn't really see much concern like when kids were trying out masks and their parents were there. I never heard that once ever of them saying, you're going to get lice or anything like that. So it's kind of a funny thing. Kind of funny that you brought it up because I witnessed a lot of it, but I didn't see any concern back then.
Yeah, it's the same for trying on hats in stores.
Saying, hey, don't put that on. You're going to get lice.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that when I was working.
That's been something they've been saying to you since the 70s. It's just that after COVID got out, people are more germophobic now.
Yeah.
Bro, I think Kate hit it on point. Like with the hat thing, you try on hats and stuff like that without her saying it. I try on shirts. I don't even wash them. This thing has been not washed. I got it at Walmart like a month ago. I haven't washed it once. I'm just trying to get the fragrance in. I don't want
to get your stink on it.
Yeah, man.
I just
And like, your the way you want the shirt to feel, it breaks in. Man,
Nice.
mask, all that. Come on.
Maybe that's a guy thing. I don't know.
It is.
No.
It's
Like,
just a Dom thing.
I'm not joking. I'm very capable.
It's just a Dom thing.
I'm breaking this bitch in all the way through.
The only thing I break in
For yesterday.
were a pair of cowboy boots, but no, this shit's got to be washed.
Man. Let's see. Here, something I wanted to address, and I'm surprised. I don't think anybody really realized this before, but I actually do think that this movie, to some degree, may have inspired Toy Story. I mean, really think about it. I mean, there's a character named Andy. He's being raised by a single mom and has a toy that comes to life.
That creepy kid in Toy Story that wants to do all those experiments.
Yep. Sid.
But Toy Story is very sad too. Like you could actually cry on that thing, and don't tell nobody.
I don't know. I think that was kind of a creepy thing. My toys coming to life.
I did see my toys differently after watching that. I did appreciate them a lot more.
I did appreciate my toys more too. And then when I saw the Buzz Lightyear movie, all that, I did appreciate my toys more. I remember Snuggles and the panda and stuff like that. I'm like, wait a minute, these were my friends.
Hey, you know what movie probably changed me with toys is not Toy Story, believe it or not. Probably would have to be Puppet Master and Demonic Toys.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, Jesus. I saw that when it first aired on TV back in 2004.
Which one?
Puppet Master versus
one of my favorites.
Demonic Toys, yeah.
Yeah, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. I saw that when it first aired in 2004, and I'm just like, yeah, this is not as good as Puppet Master, the original.
Puppet Master was better.
Yeah, definitely. Even not even Corey Feldman could save that movie.
That's right.
Would you guys go to his concert?
Who's
Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard his music, so I can't say.
I never heard it either.
I've heard 2 of his songs. I have to admit, they're kind of catchy.
I would go.
See, the last time I saw something
I don't
involving
think I'd
Corey,
take a date there. I would probably take Jeremy or Nick there, but I mean, I wouldn't take a date. We'd have fun that night, my friends.
last time I saw something
You're saying that
involving
you wouldn't date them, Dom?
Wouldn't what?
You wouldn't date them? Like joking.
No, I would take the boys there.
See, last time I saw something involving Corey Feldman was probably he's actually one of my favorite movies with Tom Hanks is The Burbs, which I still need to show you that movie, Don.
That was a good movie.
Hey, the deal is you get caught up with Stranger Things, and I will watch
I'm
it.
doing that.
I mean, you got plenty of time. Season 5 is still.
You know, back in the 80s, it was Haim and Feldman, the two Corys.
Yeah,
and they did a lot of movies together, like Dream a Little Dream, and God, I can't remember all of them. But
License to Drive.
Yeah, License to Drive.
The only important.
I said The Burbs.
The Lost Boys.
Yo, Robsfield.
Oh, and another favorite scene that I wanted to mention, like my favorite Andy moment of all time, and not just in Child's Play, but overall and throughout Chucky history. My favorite moment was where the fireplace, where Karen had Chucky trapped in the fireplace, and then was about to light it, but then Chucky said, "Andy, please, we're friends to the end, remember?" And then his response was,
"This is the end, friend."
Yeah, I love that. The way he said that.
Yeah.
I'm just watching that scene now.
Said that.
I actually
Knowing
pulled
how
that
life goes now,
audio
I
of
think
him
I'm gonna
saying
join
that.
Chucky.
I pulled that audio clip of him saying that when I was creating the intro for Skewered Universe podcast, and it's in there towards the end.
That's
So
awesome.
you have so the way it plays out, if anybody wants to listen, when you listen to Skewered Universe, the intro plays, and you hear Andy say, "This is the end, friend." And then, of course, I have John McClane from Die Hard going, "Happy Trails, Hans." It's just,
That's really cool.
There
It's
you
almost
go, yeah.
it's almost a Schwarzenegger line, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just it's delivered so well. It's just, "This is the end, friend."
Yeah.
Just the look, the way he delivers it. It's
or here's a Schwarzenegger.
Nailed that line.
Oh yeah, he could have also been like Schwarzenegger and say, "You're fired."
You're no longer a good neighbor.
Yep.
Remember when I said that was your best friend? I lied.
Not even knowing that you guys are.
Chucky, you son of a bitch.
That might go down as like a great line ever. Like when Terminator says, "I'll be back" and things like that. Like, man, that's a good line. You're not my friend.
Jeff, it's on line with, oh yeah, from Leprechaun. Oh jeez, yeah, I remember that line.
I despise that kid in Leprechaun. He's such a
Nicolas Cage as Chucky. I'm like,
Oh my God, can you
Oh my God.
imagine?
Why not? He's done everything else.
Here,
That
let's
would
see.
change everything if Nicolas Cage was
Yeah.
as Chucky.
Oh, I can't stand him.
Oh. Here, wait. Here, like this. I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
Nick, at the end of this conversation, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to record your laugh to put it as my ringtone. To every phone call I get is going to be a happy phone call. Honestly, you make me happy with how you laugh.
Mark Hamill as Chucky.
I mean, you're not the first to have said something.
I just mean it. I really mean it.
Oh man. Yes, thank you. You're very welcome, Chris.
I have a Chucky story from growing up.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Well, I was a teenager, so I don't know. I could have been like 12 to 15. But one of my friends called me, and we babysit. We're like babysitters club. And she's like, "Jill, there's a Chucky doll, and I think it's after me." And I was like, "She's babysitting at another house." So I was like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Well, I stuck it in a closet, and the closet pushed open, and it fell out." So I was like, "It's a doll. Kick it back in and shut the door." So, we were calling each other when we get scared while we're babysitting. So
I gotcha.
she really thought that Chucky was after her. She really believes it. And so I was just kind of like, "We'll just chuck it back in there and shut the door and push something against the door." I believed her.
Oh man, that's scary.
Oh yes. So, there's one more clip I wanted to show you. It's a it's a parody of Child's Play. It's been depicted by this YouTube channel called Smosh, where they did a video I remember watching in college, a video called "If Scary Movies Were Real," and so they got to the Chucky parody segment, and here it is. Let me.
With Nicolas Cage.
No.
Nice.
Okay, here. Let me mute so we all
I'm
can
gonna
hear.
have to answer my phone. Nick left.
Here, let me just mute everybody so that we can all hear. Hang on.
Oh no! Anthony, my doll is trying to kill me!
You're my favorite deputy.
Are you kidding?
Die, bitch!
I think that's like what happened with my friend.
I actually got a clip of my own that I like to share, but I'll wait until the right moment. So it's not comedy; it's actually pretty creepy. But you guys will see what it is.
Well, last week my daughter, my youngest daughter, was watching us, and when Don mentioned us doing Child's Play, she's like, this movie that she won't watch this movie because somebody hit a Chucky doll in with her Care Bears and stuff back. Remember that? Do you remember that? She said that. It was like last week. She made that comment. If you were here last week, you should. It was Ashley. She made that comment. I was the one that hid the Chucky doll in her Care Bears.
Oh man! Oh, that's right.
That's funny. When did E.T. come out? Because there's that scene where E.T. is amongst all of the.
That was
1982.
It came out.
Oh, that's before.
1982. Yeah.
Yes.
That would have been so funny. Like E.T.
But you know what? If
Chucky.
you think about it, I gotta point this out. 1982 was also, and you're gonna know exactly what scene I'm about to bring up, Jeremy, because 1982 was the same year when Poltergeist came out. So let's not forget that creepy clown that comes to life.
Oh yeah.
I
remember that.
Yeah. And I just remembered something. Something I wanted to ask you guys. So there was that toy store scene in the beginning where it showed all these different items that I wrote down a few of them to see if who's familiar with what you see in that store in that scene. Let's see, toy store items. Let's see. There was that game Dizzy Dinosaur. I don't know that one. Any of you?
Yep, I've seen it.
The name, yeah. Toy Story, to be honest with you, other than just I cried at them.
Okay, let's see.
Oh,
Fireball.
no, it's just a toy store. Dom.
Yeah. So let's see. Fireball Island. Anybody familiar with that game?
Yeah, that was a board game. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Power Play Table Hockey.
Yep.
I know table hockey, but I don't know about that brand name.
Okay, let's see. Princess of Power Crystal Castle. I believe this is like a She-Ra, He-Man sort of a thing.
He-Man, She-Ra thing, definitely.
Oh yeah, that He-Man was a huge.
That was right around my era. So I'm 44, so that's what I grew up with.
Well, I had
She-Ra.
kids, so when you got kids and grandkids, you know what the later generation watches and so on and so forth, and what was in the toy stores.
Right. And here's something I'm familiar with that I saw in the movie. There's a Mousetrap. I remember that
Oh
game.
yeah,
Well,
I
I
had
remember
Mousetrap.
Older than you are.
I had
That
Mousetrap.
game's older than most of you.
Yeah. Let's see. Perfection.
Yes,
Yep.
I had that
Lord
game.
knows all
It
of
scared the
these.
crap out of me when it popped up.
I had
Oh, that's-
Travel
That
Perfection.
game goes back to the 70s as well.
So
Oh, yeah.
to make a quick joke, she says E.T. and Chucky as friends, they would put out your heart light. See where I went there, guys?
Yes.
Nick, you didn't laugh? Oh, you.
Oh man.
Here. Let's see. Let's see. Operation. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are the ones that I noticed in that Toy Story scene. Yeah. So let's see. What did you think was the most terrifying scene? A few people were like saying that there was the scene where he goes to his voodoo mentor's house, John, and gets the information about how to transfer a soul out of the doll, and like killing him with a voodoo doll, which I find very ironic. You know, a doll using a voodoo doll.
Funny.
I think for me it was the scene where Crispy Chucky is stalking Andy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good part. Yeah,
That is just like if you were a kid stuck in that and that was coming at you,
You
you'd be
freaked
acting the
out.
same way. Yeah.
Oh yes.
It's that, and then I think a close second is that voodoo scene where he's just relentless to that guy. He's like, "Well, you won't tell me. I'll torture you until you will."
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm just gonna leave you here once I get the information.
Yeah. But he says, "Tell me or die, John. Your choice." More like, "Tell me and then you'll die."
Yeah.
Pretty much.
For me, it was the doctor with the shot collar thing around his head.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I think they
I actually just watched clips because I didn't get a chance to watch the movie, but I've seen it so many times. I just watched a clip of that earlier, and I was like, God, I forgot how they keep cutting back and showing the progression through that whole thing. It's
Oh yes, I remember that.
I think the scene for me was probably, well, we already talked about. I think first time that freaked me out was when we got to see actually Chucky alive before being threatened by to be put into the fireplace. That was
Oh yeah. Man.
Well, for me, I think it was like we already brought it up. Was the mental moment of the mom and the kid knowing he wasn't lying. I think that was like the virtue of like, well, fuck, the kid wasn't lying. We have a problem here. Like there's a trust issue, and there's the not belief, and there's like, oh my god, we have a problem. So I think that hits on a lot of mental issues as far as watching a movie.
Oh yeah. What about you, Jill? Did you already say which scene freaked you out, Jill?
I think the scene with the friend or the aunt flying out of the window, I think that was kind of horrific and
yeah.
traumatic. It kind of stuck with me for some bad reason. But I think Chucky being burnt and melting and all black and stuff, I think that was the scariest for me.
Yeah, I agree with Jill. Definitely.
I'm calling the cops on me. I got mental issues then.
No.
Man.
What about Joe?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I agreed with Jeff there too. When he got, after he got thrown out of that fireplace, he comes and starts chasing poor little Andy there. I'd be a kid. I'd be freaking.
Yeah.
I know.
Stalking people.
But as a movie watcher, didn't you know that was going to happen?
Well, yeah, you expect it, but think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought about my mom not like trusting me, and then like as a movie watcher, I see this little burnt thing running at me.
You knew when she was threatening to throw him in the fireplace, he was going to come alive. But when the first time you watch it, you can't tell me you didn't jump a little bit.
I probably did. Yeah, I probably shit my pants in the diaper, but who knows?
But you knew it was coming though, because that's the way horror movies are.
Yep.
I was a bit shocked.
Still, it got you because it's the timing of the moment. You don't know exactly when it's going to happen.
I was a bit shocked at the language. I was like, all right, calm down.
Yeah, like, well, the minute
You have to remember the serial killer that's in happening.
Well, but to But to be fair, I feel the language here in the first Child's Play at least was more tame compared to most R-rated horror films. I mean, the F-bomb was only dropped about 3 times, all from Chucky. Yes, I counted.
No,
yes, I counted.
They didn't need it because they didn't have to have a certain thing to try to scare people. With this one here, at least the first half of the film, they did almost exactly like what they did with Friday the 13th, where there were multiple times where they were showing everything from the killer's perspective.
Yep.
Yep.
They
POV shots.
didn't even show him until halfway through the film.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this. Here's actually something that I actually found out. Again, Sven Gulli pointed it out when he aired it. Was that scene in the film where the sister, the one who's watching over Andy, that scene where you see Chucky very briefly just run across the hallway.
Yeah.
You guys know who that really was, actually?
Alex Vincent's sister.
You knew that. Okay, good.
Yep.
You got it.
Yep.
Well, what do you guys think is the scariest movie as far as sound and everything goes? I mean, this movie hit a lot of points with dolls and stuff. But when I watch Chucky and I watch a certain movie like The Exorcist, I'm scared. But there's another movie that hits me with sound effects and all of it. Like that movie to me is Entity and the feeling.
Oh, the Entity, yeah.
When it comes to sounds, I am not a fan at all of with the jump scares and how you have every person in the orchestra just bang. I hate that.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that. It doesn't scare me. It hurts my ears.
Sure.
That's why I flinch, because it hurts my ears.
I think that's the most movie that's made me most uncomfortable with horror, and I love horror, is the Entity, when it's like, and you know what's happening. Like,
right.
The true story. Like, that movie I'm just not okay with.
Now, if you want to talk about music-wise, as in the score of the movie, for me, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that's great.
See, the one that I think that got me as far as sound is concerned, I brought it up several times, is Sinister.
Yes, Nick, I was just about to say
that
I didn't
one too.
sleep. I did not sleep
I saw
for
that
2 weeks.
I saw that when it first came out, and I'll never forget the experience I had when I saw it in the theater. It was a true nightmare for me.
I honestly, I saw it at the cinema as well. It traumatized me. That scene where he goes and he's like into the other world or whatever, and there's all the kids dancing in the corridor.
It's called Sinister?
Yeah, it came out in 2012.
Send that to me personally. I don't watch it.
It's with Ethan Hawke in it, and I'm just going to
goodness.
say this quickly: is that it's very, and what this is what made the sound so good was that it's very eerie to watch 16 millimeter films of families, entire families murdered.
That's not the
So
phone,
horrendous.
right?
Yeah, like just brutally murdered.
No.
With no sound, you have to rely on this very creepy music, and that's what makes
It's
it
horrendous.
so disturbing.
Is that where he's like with the phone calls and the ghost?
No.
comes in under it?
No.
That's Black Phone, I think. that you're
Black
thinking of.
Phone, yes.
Sinister is
That's good.
this entity, sort of, I guess.
Deity. It's a deity.
Yeah, deity, sort of.
Cool.
I guess puts kids into a trance and they do this really gnarly stuff that's all on home video.
Yeah, on these like home movie cameras that dates back to, and this is like, it's like for each decade. So earliest one goes back to the 1960s.
Yeah,
That's
never
awesome.
What's so
watched it.
disturbing about
I got
that
very
is
off topic, man. I'm just excited about like horror, and all you guys love it. So.
I think what's disturbing about the sound in Sinister is when he's watching those movies and you just hear the camera and you don't hear anything else.
Yeah.
Except him once in a
It's
while, like going,
tense.
because he doesn't
Yeah.
scream or anything. He just gasps or he's quiet and just covers, and you're just hearing that camera just like.
It's
Yep.
so tense, isn't it? Like you can hear yourself breathing, and that's just terrifying. Like I honestly, that movie.
Well, just to
No.
throw one final thing out about that movie, I saw that movie when I was 19 when it came out in 2000, and this must have been about a week or two before Halloween, so it couldn't have also been at a better time. But the time that I went with a friend of mine. We went to a 10 o'clock showing, so it was late at night that we saw it, And when we entered the theater, there must have been 2 or 3 other people in this theater. So we were totally on our own.
Oh my
when we were in
goodness,
the theater.
Nick. No.
Yeah, man.
Hell no.
Yeah, that Sinister had a great music. They had a good music score to it too. Oh,
I've listened to some of their music
Horrendous.
score. The one that I listen to frequently, believe it or not, is when the music that they use for Sleepy Time '98 when their throats are cut. That
Ooh.
album is actually from a group or a duo called Aghast. They only made one album, and it was actually made back in the mid 1990s. They have some of the most disturbing, creepiest ambient music I've ever heard. And what's crazy is that it's only done by 2 young women who are like in their early 20s. So you would never even think that it was done by basically college age kids. And also, these 2 women they actually recorded it out in Norway. So it's also kind of interesting to be hearing like Norwegian dark ambient music. Sadly, however, one of the and it's believed that these 2 singers actually were real witches in real life because their photos are like them performing rituals. Sadly, one of those singers though has passed away a few years ago. She was actually murdered. She was shot by it because Norway they don't use unlike here they're very strict with guns. It was actually an arrow attack, and she was shot by an arrow.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so every time I listen to that album, it's creepy. Don't get me wrong, but I also listen to it in her honor.
Yeah. And speaking of music scores, I find the music score at the end of Child's Play is pretty underrated because let me just set this scene for you here. So this is right after they had killed Chucky. Like here's his remains, his burned remains. They shot him through the heart, which was the only way to kill him, at least for this movie. Yes. So, but then there's where Karen takes Andy, like saying, "Come on, we're gonna go to the hospital with Mike and to treat all our injuries because several of us have been stabbed." And Andy like looks back at the remains, just looks back at Chucky's body, and then there's this. It ends with this shot right here. Just Andy looking back. You see, just
That's a creepy shot.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it ends with this shot and fades to black, and you can feel like this sense. You like just to look at his face, you could see like this emptiness in him, like something is missing, and that's the innocence. And I guess he lost this sense of innocence after seeing so many horrific things, including murder, and that's what the ending score signifies here. Let me just play it for you.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I find
like,
that.
Yeah, is that like a synth harpsichord sound?
Yes.
Crazy.
Believe it or not, that's another song I got on my Halloween music list.
Yeah, like, I find that score underrated because it actually is kind of beautiful and kind of chilling at the same time when you know like what the message of it is.
It's like an eerie lullaby, if you will.
Yeah. It signifies like I said, the loss of this sense of innocence.
Yeah.
Speaking to that, it's nice that you brought that up because I think as far as the Alex Vincent version of Andy, that has been throughout most of these except for 3, and Seed and Bride were saying, as far as the Andy Barclay story that Alex Vincent portrays, you see that play through 1 and 2, and then it's still there in Curse and Cult.
Yep.
Because now he's like, you took something away from me, so I'm driven to never let you do that again if I can help it.
Right.
That loss of innocence became his drive to stop it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And it's just made him so different as an adult. It's an evolution of that character that I think really naturally happens when you look back at this first film. That shot of him looking back through the door. He's no longer the cute, innocent kid from the beginning of the movie.
All right.
Yeah, now
he's now
like
this
an actual fighter.
traumatized. Yeah.
That's right. And
he thinks Chucky's gonna come back. Like he's not dead.
Yeah.
And did.
Yeah, not only that, like Chucky's like, we didn't talk about this earlier. Chucky like had this motivation where he found out from his voodoo mentor that the only way he could leave he was able to get out of the doll, the doll was turning human, and he didn't want to be trapped inside that doll body. He had to transfer his soul into the very first person he revealed that he was Charles Lee Ray, still alive. And the first person who he revealed it to was Andy. So his vision for this movie and the next one was to try to transfer his spirit into Andy's body.
No.
And so he has failed at that, obviously.
And then he tried it again with that new kid when he had his new body in part 3.
Yeah, he found a loophole.
He did.
That would allow him to put it into somebody else. Who's like, I'll live as Tyler. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And that movie was actually my introduction to Chucky.
No, yeah, mine was.
He's there this weekend. I'm going to Spooky Empire in Orlando.
Oh,
so
nice.
There's Twilight and all that. So I'm trying to see if the Chucky cast is there, so I can maybe add to this for you guys.
There you go.
Is that your Chucky doll so they can find it?
What a great idea! I would
You know what you might have to do, Dom, too, is because of its. Well, I'm not sure how far it is from Orlando, but at some point you're going to have to make a stop to Key West to see the real inspiration that inspired Chucky.
Robert Dollar had been there.
You already been there?
Yeah.
Oh.
I never thought anything about it because I don't do much paranormal shit no more, but I already have. Yeah, shit happened to me. I saw Robert the Doll in the fort. Yeah, shit happened. Because I did everything I wasn't supposed to do. It did happen, but I can't prove it.
Let's see.
Gorgeous, though. Honestly, in person, absolutely gorgeous in a glass box by itself. Really, I mean, just absolute respect to see what it is. But yeah, I did everything I could to make it fuck with me. And it did. Maybe.
Then
Robert, that was awesome.
My own doll that sits on the couch in the living room.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, and like so, yeah, like basically like the events that take place between Child's Play 1 and 2 show you that the police department in this film is terrible at their job because if they had examined the blood that came from Chucky's body, they would see maybe there's something actually wrong with this doll. Something's going on here. You know, these people are not crazy.
They must be from my town.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting tired. Nobody feels the jokes no more.
No, I got it.
Tough crowd.
I swear to Christ, I couldn't get Tom's Brady's roast.
I can't laugh too hard on those kind of jokes because our cops here are, you'll go missing.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Scary.
I don't know.
So this weekend, Alice Cooper.
California cops are bad. I'll just say that.
So, Dom, is this event that you're going to, is it like horror Disneyland? Like, what is it?
Yeah, so they do it like twice a year. So it's in October, in May. And so Alice Cooper's going to be there this weekend. You get to like...
Alice Cooper!
Nice.
That's why I'm going, because I love
Oh,
Alice.
I am so jealous right now.
Now, also, the whole jokes all week long were like the Twilight, because I actually like the Twilight movies, and I don't give a shit what anyone says. I enjoy them.
Who's going to be there?
So most of the entire cast, that guy who's pretty good looking and will never be good looking as that, but that girl is very pretty.
Twilight.
Yeah, so the whole time, whatever. And then like I'm trying to look for if Chucky's gonna be there. So there's a whole bunch of Jason and Willa Ford. She was a singer with One Hit Wonder. She's gonna be here.
Who?
What the hell was she in?
Friday the 13th, 2009 remake.
Yeah.
Read that? Okay. But there's a lot of people. So
I unfortunately know way too much about the Friday the 13th.
when I go to these, I'm not going there because I'm a fan. I go there to recruit to like interview you. So this is my blueprint of what I do. Now I like Twilight just because like girlfriends and stuff like it. Like it's not my favorite vampire shit, right? I'll never read the books. I'll never support it. Hate all that shit. I like the Lost Boys and all that, the real vampire movies, but I'll watch Twilight. I didn't hate it. So I can't knock it in that way, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Do you bleed gold? Probably not, but yeah, for what might been around.
Okay.
So all these people at Friday the 13th, if I find some Chucky things, I'll bring it back. Just look up Spooky Empire Orlando. I'm going there Saturday morning.
I'll look into that. Oh, and Dom.
This guy freaks me out. I kind of want to meet him just to get like, I may call the cops on him just when I see him.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Who's that? Let me see that. I'm going to
His
put
name is Sky Flober or Elober. There you go. Big name. Whatever it is. Big name.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, these people are going to be there. And this guy's a little freaky too. Pull that one up. Look at that. If I met him in person, I'd be like,
Michaels.
I would have smoked a cigarette with you and a coffee and then possibly call the cops. And then AEW wrestlers they bring in, I don't know much about wrestling anymore, but and Glacier.
Jeremy.
The two gentlemen you showed in the pink shirts, they were in a movie called The Greasy Strangler. So if anyone here likes weird stuff just for the sake of weird, that involves murder.
All right.
No,
check
if
it
you're
out.
looking for more stuff about wrestling, talk to this guy, Jeremy.
There's your Twilight.
Well, I'm going to.
I don't know who they are.
What is this, March, April?
That's your Twilight cast.
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
Man.
damn.
I don't know who they are, but I know I had a crush on her because she was good.
Next month, I'm going to a toy convention.
Children of the Corn. That's why I brought that up earlier.
Oh, wait. If it's something involving corn, I need to see this.
Children of the Corn. Because
They
Nick,
are all there.
Oh,
wow.
No.
yeah, because Nick,
There's
we
an old
were,
movie.
and Nick, we were talking about Children of the Corn earlier because that walkabout Chucky, that guy dressed up in a Child's Play, Good Guys outfit, and that commercial featured in the movie was actually voiced by John Franklin, who played Isaac in Children of the Corn.
Oh,
That was him.
I'll meet them this weekend. I'll try to recruit them to be on, and then like if I'm able to get them to do a show, I'll involve everybody. Just so questions where we make it a really big show, involve the networks, and the appreciation that Don you do to me, and then all of that. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. So before we wrap up the show tonight, yes, you guys, since you've been mentioning vampires, Dom, so one of the biggest vampire hits lately is Abigail, which has just been released onto digital, digital.
Never heard of it.
And I'm considering buying it, and I'm considering buying it real soon so that we could use it for a watch party. You know, we can talk about the movie on the podcast.
Cool,
Oh,
Abigail.
that's nice.
Yes.
Done. Thank you.
Nice.
That's really kind.
Oh yes.
So right now, when do you want me to watch it? This weekend? I'm off for the next 9 days. You could fire this up as of a day.
Yeah, I was trying to see what would be the best because I know Nick wouldn't be able to make it this weekend because he's got his investigation going on.
No, it's not investigation. For those of you that don't
I will
know,
have a show every day.
For those of you who don't know, I'm watching.
9 days.
Heading back to Mansfield, Ohio again with Tom McNicholas for Parasite Con. So we're not going to do the investigation because for two reasons. One, it's expensive as hell, and two, it's one of those investigations you get to investigate like with the big names, if you will. And I share basically like what Jeremy has told me too. Like, unless it's like our own crew, if you got like 100, 200 people at this thing, that's going to cause so much interference, too much noise. So
I don't understand why. Wait a minute. Like, hold on. Please go
Wait,
back on that.
Just quickly. Are we live on things? Do we have to stop now?
Yes, we're live on things, and apparently we've been live for the last 45 minutes.
Huh. That's weird.
Okay, so do we have to stop now and we can talk offline?
No.
Oh.
Greg's
it's
not
all
doing a
fine.
show?
Is he?
No, we don't have to do anything.
Okay, cool.
I'm just saying, I'm live on things.
All right.
So what were you going to say, Dom?
Yes.
I
was saying that what I'm saying is I'm trying to figure out the best day and time to set for watch party because I can definitely as I get in a hold of the copy. That's the easy part, but it's figuring out when everybody's going to be available for the watch party. Still trying to figure that out.
I was actually asking Dominic about what he was trying to say.
Oh, I thought you said Don.
I know it sounds. I know what you think. What
Why
are you
is
going
it
to
not worth it? Just to get it real, like, fast to the point, why is it not worth it? Like, why can't...
If you have so many people at this thing, it's...
But why?
Everyone's going to mistake, like, certain noises as paranormal stuff when there's going to be...
It's that big and so many people are there?
if you got 100, 200 people at this thing, it's going to cause.
Yeah, you get too much noise pollution.
Right. No, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, honestly, that's why I don't like do the ghost hunting thing no more, because everybody like wants to be there. If you want to find a real haunted house, and I'm not getting into this, so I'm going to leave it alone down in one second or two. Find a real haunted house and be there by yourself with 1 or 2 people. Stay away from those things, man.
Well, we've already investigated Mansfield as a private investigation, so we already accomplished that plan.
Yeah.
You try to go into small groups as possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't you say something about a private one coming up soon, Nick?
Yeah, I got to discuss that privately.
I have a quick question for everybody here. Does everybody here like behind the scenes documentaries or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if anyone's seen it. Living with Chucky. It's a Screambox original. It's actually made by the daughter of Tony Gardner, Kyra Elise Gardner.
Oh.
So the perspective is behind the scenes of the making of the franchise. From her perspective, growing up, since Tony Gardner came into the franchise at a certain point, kind of took over for Kevin Yeager. So it's her perspective as being a young kid, seeing Chucky always around as she's growing up. It's really good documentary. I watched it, I think, last year. It's a Screambox original. So if you have access to Screambox, which I highly recommend that service, it's actually really good. Got a lot of independent stuff and older stuff that you can't find. Even stuff that doesn't hit Shudder, and Shudder's got some pretty weird stuff on there. Screambox has got stuff that's even crazier.
Oh yeah, I definitely got to see.
Title.
Yeah, I definitely got to see 2 of these movies on here: Late Night with the Devil and Infested.
Yeah, I need to see
But,
that.
I was looking for that documentary, that Chucky documentary on Shudder. I'm surprised it wasn't on there.
Is that on? Is that on Tubi TV, Jeff, or is that somewhere else?
Where I was showing it there is Screambox, but I can look and see because I keep.
If you could put that back up with your password and everything too.
Be good.
I'm checking Just Watch right now for you, so. It is available to stream on Prime Video, so Amazon Prime if you have that.
Yes, that's cool.
I do.
It's available to rent on Amazon, Redbox, Apple TV, YouTube, and Fandango at home.
Oh, it's on loads.
Cost me money to be on this show tonight. I got to buy networks.
And it is on Tubi with ads.
Tubi's
Oh, it is on Tubi. Okay, great.
Tubi or not Tubi? That is the question.
No, website.
It's Tubi. I've watched it like 5 times because it actually puts me to sleep at night. And not that it's boring, it's comfortable. And please don't call the cops on me. Now to the Scarecrow. I fucking love that movie on Tubi, and I watch it like when I need to go to sleep. I'll either do Metalocalypse or Night of the Scarecrow.
Mine's Twilight Zone. I have to have Twilight Zone on.
Now,
my
who's
sister was just
the
watching
Twilight
that the
Zone,
other
Jill?
night.
Don, are you gonna talk about your project at the moment?
I wanted it to be a surprise for.
Awesome. Okay, I'll say no more.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be next for FearFans, but the following one, because I believe on the following one is where I'm hoping on the following in 2 weeks we can discuss Abigail. I want to see if I don't want to promise that. I want to see if we can do a watch party where all of you guys can see it before we talk about it.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Lauren brought up, I don't know if she's referring to the movie or where she actually was. She also brought Catacombs is good. Which have you guys seen those pictures? Have you guys seen the pictures of her posting of when she was in the catacombs?
I do like. Oh no! Wait, I thought I said Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Wait,
I thought it was
feelings. I have mixed feelings about.
I haven't read the book yet.
I want nothing to do with Twilight.
I've seen them all.
The books were okay. I thought the books were okay.
If
the
you guys
movies
do
are
it,
just
I'm not
awkward.
joining that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to have this unbridled hate for it, but then I was like, you know what? Everyone's gonna like their thing. It's like, who cares? It doesn't affect me one way or the other. You watch Twilight, I'll watch 30 Days of Night.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Love 30
if you think about it, 30 Days of Night.
I saw that in theaters. 30 Days a Night.
Yep, it was basically released around that same time. They call it like the anti-Twilight movie. And I said this actually in the chat with Tom. Anyone who says anything about that vampire Twilight who's all sparkly.
It's
I
you know,
would get kicked off the server if I said what I wanted to say right now with Sparkly and the Chucky series because why wasn't so fucking sparkly with what
so sparkly? I lost it when Tom said that last night. What I was gonna say was you know, he's like portrayed as this hero, and I usually say all the time, he's not a hero. He is a captive who allows himself to be exploited by filthy teenage high school girls.
Oh, Jesus.
no more high school kids, no more shoving your face, and no more golden sprinkles.
No sparkly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Here, I got something for you guys. Wait. Hang on.
Oh,
Is it Nicolas
I'm an
Cage?
adult. Should I be
I'm an
nervous?
adult without handcuffs.
Oh,
I'm tired of that subject. Okay, here we go.
Nope.
No, wait. It's not what you think. Just
Is
wait.
it Nicolas Cage?
No, just wait.
Please be
Yeah.
Nicolas
Everybody-
Cage.
I know what this
All
is.
right. Here, just wait.
And do you, Jacob, take Bella's baby as your wife?
I do. I love Bella's baby so much. Get right there, molester.
So let me get this straight.
I don't get it.
I don't
I
get
don't
it
understand
either.
it
What
either.
the hell?
That's like that's like
that?
they made a continuation of the events from Breaking Dawn. You would have to like watch the movies to get it.
So,
That's why I
you
never
guys-
will.
Do you guys hate the vampire aspect of it because of Lost Boys being so good and like Interview with the Vampire, and they tried to make a new vampire movie and they tried to make it a quick love story for everybody to understand? Like, why is Twilight so hated? I don't understand that.
I think the thing is, it's because the author decided to write about vampires and she had no knowledge of vampires whatsoever. So she just made up her own lore for them.
Yeah, pretty much.
And hardcore people are like, that's not vampires. I'm like, yeah, but then how many vampire movies have we seen that don't obey all the classic rules and kind of change things? I mean, if you watch Daybreakers,
This is a
which
vampire.
is really awesome, by the way.
Let me ask you, Don, do you own a Twilight movie?
Another
No.
Ethan Hawke.
Wait
Fuck,
a
that's
minute.
a Christmas present
This-
for me.
He's got them in a
leads me to another-
safe.
That leads me to another question, and this is for
Oh,
Jerry.
the Underworld series. I recognize that box.
Why? Because why evolute? What? That's a good question.
That's a good
actually.
one.
Why with her and not with the more feminine side of the Twilight saga? Why was that okay, and why was the other one just?
What was that film with Hugh Jackman and he was shooting vampires? Van Helsing.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep.
Van Helsing.
I remember that one.
And
Friday
Ma-
night.
That's a great movie. I thought the Colin Farrell one was amazing, by the way.
it was good. Yeah.
Great night.
This made by the same people that made
Yeah.
Child's Play.
I don't. Yeah, I just never understood why there's so much hate for Twilight, because I think it was a transition in the world where like they were like there was an acceptance, like what's kind of going on now. I think Twilight got a lot of hate.
I
for
think
what
I think it
really
was also the acting. Like the acting is just so awkward, and
They
the
just stare at
script.
each other. I
Like
heard
the
they just
script
stare at
is
each other.
so bad. You know, they had a whole book to work from.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
So-
think about it. It's kind of cash grab movies. The books came out and the movies went so quick into development. It was like, how quick can we turn these things out?
Yeah.
Because the books were flying off the shelves.
I
Then the
should
first
have
movie
wrote-
rakes in so much, and they're
Yeah,
like,
but the
just-
books
just
were like
crank out the
probably like
sequels.
romance novels.
Jeff, I should have wrote everything down tonight. Why you guys hate Twilight? And hand it to these people when I meet them this weekend. This is why you
You either love it or hate it.
It is because of Twilight that we ended up with 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes, I was about to bring that
I
up.
see that.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, it led to
I've never seen that movie.
it inspired 50 Shades of Grey.
You
Yeah,
don't miss anything, but I see his point.
Yeah.
I gotta ask because
50
this is actually a question for Jeremy because you got your library. Please tell me you don't have Twilight in that library of yours.
I do.
I thought you were going to say 50,
Ah, damn it,
50
Jeremy! What
Shades
the
of
hell?
Grey.
Yep. It's right next to 50 Shades of Grey.
no, he has it up.
I
He has it in alphabetical
But-
order.
Shades.
Well, the thing is, the 50 Shades of Grey movies were pretty awkward for. I mean, the 50 Shades of Grey movies were actually
I
pretty
got
awkward.
all the Twilight movies.
Okay.
And yeah, like I was saying, the 50 Shades of Grey movies were pretty awkward for one actress, Tippi Hedren, who was in The Birds, because Dakota Johnson, who plays Anna in 50 Shades of Grey movies, is Tippi Hedren's granddaughter.
Granddaughter.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is Nicolas Cage in it?
Yeah.
What
No.
is ridiculous?
Oh, maybe 50 Shades
He
of
loves
Cage,
him.
probably.
I just really don't like him. He's
Maybe
like,
I relate to the characters different. Like even Kristen,
Why-
everybody said she sucks. I relate to her in a different way. I think I like her because
Sorry,
How is
Jeff.
that I keep
just
encountering
don't like-
people, and Kate, this is no offense to you, I keep encountering people who do not appreciate Nick Cage, and I'm a huge Nick Cage fan.
Oh my.
It's fine.
I-
It's fine.
I
Everyone
just-
has their own taste. I'm not knocking you.
But, like,
JB, my co-host on Tales, cannot stand
He
him.
just plays himself. Like that is just him. He's
She's
like
bored
Hugh
with-
Grant.
But
Like
you
he
could say
just
that
plays
about Samuel L.
himself.
Jackson.
I will say, if you want something that is inherently not Nick Cage, watch Willy's Wonderland. He
Okay.
does not say a word, and it is actually really good.
Yeah.
That,
Okay.
and I will say Pig is a close number 2. Willy's Wonderland and Pig are two
I like Pig.
Nick Cage not playing himself movies.
That's the one.
I
Okay.
really enjoy National Treasure and No One.
I've never seen it, National
Knowing?
Treasure, but
Wicker Man.
Nicolas Cage is not bad. The knowing and all that, but like Samuel L. Jackson,
Not the bees. Not the bees.
Not the bees.
Hey, wait, you forgot his first movie, Jeff. You forgot the first movie before he was Nicolas Cage. He didn't say a word in that either.
Face Off.
Fast Times at Ridgemont
Fast
High.
Times.
Oh, that's right.
And he was, I
Yeah.
think he was actually credited as Nicholas Coppola in that, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
He was. He's his yeah, because that's because his uncle is Francis Ford Coppola.
Right.
I forgot that Nicolas Cage was in
There's
that
a
movie.
chance I gotta run a BB3 show in a minute. I thank you all for letting me be here. This was a fun show, and I appreciate every one of you here.
Yes.
The chance
Thanks,
I brought
Dom.
a community chat. I said I would do it at this hour, but yeah, thank you guys for letting me be here. Jeff, I want to reach out to you.
Yeah.
too. Like, we haven't talked yet, but yeah.
I've had a lot of things going on. My dog had some health
Sure.
issues we're trying to straighten out, so I completely.
But I love you
She's on
guys.
the man.
Man.
She's
I
on the man.
really, really appreciate this. And to all BB3 members here, too, you know I love you to death. And I always have everybody's back here. Love you guys. I'm out.
Why is it not
Take care.
working?
All
Yay.
See you, Dom. It was great having you on.
Try this one. See if that does.
Try that. Oh, iPhones.
Oh, there it goes. Look at that.
Wow.
There's also this one.
Kate, what if you did this? What if you clapped? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, look at that. You're a rock star.
Holy cow.
game changer.
I feel powerful. This is
Wait, can you do
magic.
that- can you do
Try
that
that one?
again?
2 thumbs down.
What this?
Let me be the first to
Yeah.
say, Kate, is that your backgrounds are now.
That is so cool. I
Oh
like
my
that is
god!
awesome.
Okay,
That
I
is
didn't see
awesome.
that full thing. Holy cow! That's I always say, holy cow! That
But if you
was
do a
the
thumbs
reveal.
down, you can show.
I feel like, oh, it's
There it
working.
Oh,
Oh
great.
my god!
Okay,
That's
what if
so
you did
cool.
Let's see.
I want to. What's the secret behind this?
It's just that
She's on an
iPhone.
Apple
If
phone.
you do one thumbs down, you should get fireworks, I think.
Fireworks.
No,
Oh.
it's not.
It's not working.
Bubble.
Okay.
Maybe thumbs up.
Isn't it
I
this
had some
one?
wrong information.
Fireworks. Oh no, maybe it's
not
just one.
fireworks, but
Maybe
Maybe
it's
just
two
one.
thumbs
Maybe
up.
it's just one.
2 thumbs down is rain. Maybe it's 2 thumbs up.
That's
Right
random.
that is just.
There you go.
There you
there it
go.
Hey,
That
doesn't that
is
make
just
sense?
insane.
One's rain, the other one's fireworks.
Go Joe.
Wow, I feel
Yeah.
like
And I
Katy
don't even have an
Perry.
Apple phone.
I'm so glad somebody else has that because, like I said, I tortured JB
Right.
on Tales when I first found it out.
Kate, can you pop,
Honestly, I am shooketh. What is this? It
try to
feels
do
like
like
magic.
this, for example, like if it does trigger a reaction, what I'm doing with 2 fingers up.
What's that?
Yeah, you
2
disappear.
fingers
in
is
the
peace.
background.
What?
No, I
Your
mean, I'm
fingers
asking,
disappear.
no, I'm asking. Try to do that and see if it.
I
gives,
don't
to
think
use
there
it
is
to
one
use
for that.
Wow.
Is there
These
one for
two?
peace?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I guess it's not.
Nothing, I
Okay.
guess.
Oh well, no, it's
Confetti
Oh, wait,
peace
there it
signs, but
is.
nothing that way. There's
No.
Okay. never mind.
Wait, he's trying to make you do a gang sign.
Oh,
Oh yeah, thanks, Nick. Yeah.
What are you doing, Nick?
Just
What's
remember to use those anytime
It has
you're
the
on a
power.
FaceTime or on
How do I
StreamYard.
do
Just
it?
remember to do that
Power. I
all
feel
the time.
powerful. I
Where's
thought
the
Nick was
power?
teaching me some like ABBA moves, like something like that going on.
The Bat2C.
Yeah. Bit of disco.
Oh,
This
he's
is the
probably
best.
trying to teach you some golf and stuff.
I feel like Tenacious D, Jack Black.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Nice,
golf
nice
is fun.
pull. Nice pull.
Yeah. It's crazy that Jack Black was he started his career being in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. That was like what, yeah, yeah, him and those dreadlocks. I was like, wow.
Jeff looks just like Jack Black. I told you that the first time I watched you. I was like, Jeff, you should be.
You said yeah.
We should call you Jack Black. Totally.
I've never got that, but thank you. I have never. That's you're the first person to ever say that. Thank you. I do appreciate that. He's
No, totally.
What? Hey,
For the
oh,
first time I saw you.
Finally, somebody else.
You know, I just got. I think the earliest thing I think I've seen with Jack Black. It's not actually. Well, not in a. Well, no way. It wasn't a movie. I was originally going to say it was actually a music video he was in. He was in Foo Fighters with. Oh, what was that song called that he was in? I can't remember what the song was, but no, the earliest was undoubtedly Mars Attacks.
Oh yeah.
Mars Attacks. I remember that one. Yep.
Yeah, he was in
that
it. too.
1995.
Yep.
95.
Tim Burton. Yeah, they had so many celebrities in that. It was insane.
It was an ensemble group.
Yeah,
Learn to Fly. That's what the song was by Foo Fighters that he was in.
Right. Yeah. So,
see,
yeah,
I remember Jack Black from something in 1993 called Airborne.
Oh,
Airborne.
I don't recommend watching it because it was bad.
Well, that's
He was
how it
playing
usually
like the
starts. A lot
bully
of these big
kid.
names are in these bad movies.
He was playing like a teenage bully of the new kid who came into town, but was like a really good skateboarder or
oh,
something.
he looks so different back then.
I think Seth Green was in it too. So
He was.
Have you
It's really
guys seen
weird.
that commercial that Jack Black did when he was a kid for the Atari game? Oh, Jungle.
Mhm. Yeah.
What was it called? I forgot
I think it was
yeah.
Pitfall, I think.
Pitfall. Yeah, he
Pitfall.
looks the same. Like he
Just
hasn't
as a kid.
aged.
It's the same face. Most people, you're like, oh, that was them as a kid. You're like, I can see some
Yeah.
resemblance. No, he looks exactly the same.
He
just put a beard on
does.
him.
Yep.
He
He's
just
adorable.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks the same. And I also remember he made a well, he didn't actually speak, but he was lip syncing to it because that's how the show was. I remember he was in one of the first episodes. I don't know if you guys ever remember that show Drunk History on Comedy Central.
Yep.
Jeff, we have to call you J-Balls now from now on. That is your nickname.
It is funny. My initials are actually JB as well. So
Oh, just like Justin. Yeah.
yeah.
I dubbed the J-Balls. There we go. From now on.
There you go.
Every time you're going to say that, Kate, I'm going to immediately think of Golf It.
You created a monster, Jeff.
You did.
I try to bring joy to everyone if I can.
You're gonna be having so much fun the next time we play Golf It or something.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The
Jeremy,
next
where are we
episode of
expecting-
Tales, I will put my name down as Jables. So
Yeah.
Jeremy, when are we expecting you to play Golf It with us one of these days?
I don't know.
I think Jeremy's been working out. He looks like he's got some bigger muscles going on there.
Nope.
No.
Oh.
I
Julie
haven't
just next to my
weighed in
arms.
over a year.
She's got that background thing down. I have,
Yeah,
Chris.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is it now. From now on,
Right.
working magic.
All right. So, guys, I hate to do this, but I do need to wrap this up because I gotta wake up early tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, to wrap this up, yeah, like I said, the moral of this film: dolls are dangerous. Play video games instead. Because, like I said, my PlayStation never killed anybody when I was 6 that I know of. So, yeah.
That is until there's a possessed video game that comes next.
Oh man.
there's a Hellraiser movie about something like that.
Yeah.
Dogs are dangerous, period.
Yeah, but
They are deadly when they don't have batteries.
Yeah.
But
Jumanji board game. Sorry.
yeah, Jumanji board game. All right. we had that too. I think Nick's frozen.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
know
hear
what's-
you, but you are
I
frozen.
don't know what's going on here. Hold on one second.
It's the bees.
The bees. Oh, he's gone. The bees took him. It's the bees. They finally got him. It was only a matter of time.
I thought maybe he went to Mars.
He's back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it was weird.
Oh, he got away from the bees. Yay.
No, I didn't.
No, the bees are still there.
There we go.
He finally got away from the bees. Yes.
But not for long.
Thank you, Don. It was a great episode of Fear Fans. Thank you.
Thank you. And so next week we will be covering we're responding to a fan request by Billy. We're going to cover Scooby-Doo and on Zombie Island. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. That one. Because
I'm gonna have to be on the show.
yeah. Hey, it's just the thing I need to get my mind off the fact that there is a season 2 of Velma.
That one I'm probably going to be a
That's
half
funny.
hour or so late on because I got my meeting next week.
Right.
Okay.
You may also want to dedicate the show to Return to Zombie Island as well.
Oh, that's right. They made a sequel, didn't they?
That's right. They just released it 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
That's
Very
right.
recent. Very recent.
I would have thought it would have been this year because this year would have been the 25th anniversary of the original one.
No, they've released other movies since then, and I gotta say the most recent Scooby movies that's come out have not been particularly good.
The only one I think that's good so far that has come out in recent years because it was actually a crossover and again for my childhood memories was that crossover between Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That was one of the ones that I didn't think was very good.
Well, I grew up with Courage, so it was
Yeah.
kind of a different story for me.
Same.
Yeah.
It sounded like that
Anyway.
series that was on for a while. That was pretty good.
Yep.
Which series, Jeff?
Yeah, it was the one where the whole town had a whole thing, and Fred's dad, and I don't remember which one it was, but it was really good. It was like the whole mystery.
Oh
that-
yeah, yep. I think I know what you're talking about. Yep.
The bird that was the villain. I can't. Yeah, there was a whole thing. I watched it a couple years ago during the pandemic, and I was like, "This is actually really good."
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
so-
Mystery Incorporated. That's what it was.
Oh yeah. So we got to wrap this up. Be sure to tune in for that, and also I got something special on the way that we're going to be covering on the week after that when it's ready. So
Is it something involving Nicolas Cage?
hey, it just might be. Just be sure to there. Be sure to tune in to find out.
I had to ask.
Okay.
Wow.
So, oh yeah. So hope. Oh wait.
Don
I'm
doing
doing
the
a-
whole show as Nicolas Cage. Can you imagine like 2 hours of him talking like that?
There. This movie was released in 1988, made with a budget of $4 million. That's me doing this. As
Can we tolerate that, folks?
You need costume changes as well. Just
oh
to
my!
make it cool.
Oh my God!
That Nicolas Cage mask.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Okay, so yeah, be sure to tune in next week. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's edition of the Fear Fans podcast. And so yeah, I should let you guys know that I'll be back onto doing a live stream on this Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time, where I will be continuing on with
Bring
this.
your microphone closer.
Where I'll be continuing this.
Here, hold on. Let's just make it easier.
Yep. Yes. This was Kate's birthday gift to me. Yeah, I love this
Very
game so
nice.
far, and I want to continue it.
So exciting.
Yes.
I'm living it for you, Don, because I haven't played it.
Okay. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to tune in for this Thursday, and also for all of our content, all of our shows. Be sure to tune in.
Hi,
So,
everyone.
hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good night. Bye.